Hello and welcome. In today's video, we'll delve into one of the most intriguing and mysterious texts in ancient religious literature, the Book of Enoch. Known for its vivid apocalyptic imagery, this ancient prophecy offers a powerful vision of the end times. From stars falling from heaven to fire consuming the earth, the Book of Enoch speaks of a world in turmoil, but also hints at the promise of renewal and divine justice. Join me as we explore the symbolism behind these apocalyptic events and what they mean for both the past and the future. Whether you're a longtime student of prophecy or just curious about the mysteries of ancient texts, there's much to uncover. Let's dive in. The Book of Enoch, an ancient religious text attributed to the biblical patriarch Enoch, is renowned for its vivid apocalyptic imagery. This text, though not included in the canonical Bible for most Christian denominations, has captured the imagination of scholars and theologians for centuries. It describes a dramatic vision of the end times, focusing on the judgment of the wicked, the cleansing of the earth, and the eventual restoration of righteousness. The apocalyptic events in the Book of Enoch, such as stars falling from heaven, earthquakes, and fire consuming the earth, serve as powerful symbols of divine justice, the destruction of evil, and the purification of creation. One of the most striking images in the Book of Enoch is that of stars falling from heaven. This imagery is associated with the fall of the Watcher's angels who descended to earth, rebelled against God, and corrupted humanity. In Enoch's vision, the stars represent these fallen angels, who abandoned their heavenly positions and brought chaos to creation. These watchers are described as teaching forbidden knowledge to humans, such as the use of weapons, sorcery, and astrology, leading to widespread sin and moral decay. The fall of the stars symbolizes the consequences of pride and rebellion against divine authority. In a broader sense, it represents the upheaval of cosmic order as a prelude to divine intervention. Enoch foretells that these fallen beings will face severe punishment, being bound in a fiery abyss until the final judgment. The star's descent from heaven serves as a warning of the catastrophic consequences of sin and the ultimate restoration of divine justice. This imagery resonates with similar descriptions in other apocalyptic texts, such as the Book of Revelation, where stars falling from the sky are linked to cosmic upheaval and divine wrath. In Enoch's prophecy, this event signals the beginning of the end, a time of tribulation when God will act decisively to cleanse the earth. The Book of Enoch vividly portrays earthquakes as key symbols of apocalyptic transformation, representing the upheaval necessary to dismantle the sinful foundations of the current world and usher in a new divine order. These seismic events are more than natural disasters. They serve as metaphors for the profound disruption required to prepare for the establishment of God's righteous kingdom. In Enoch's visions, the trembling of the earth reflects divine intervention, signaling the collapse of corrupt human systems. The breaking apart of the physical world mirrors the breaking apart of humanity's moral decay. This process is not merely punitive but purgative, clearing the way for the restoration of a just and peaceful reign under God's sovereignty. Through these earthquakes, God asserts dominion over creation, underscoring his authority and ultimate control over both the physical and spiritual realms. Earthquakes in the Book of Enoch also carry a dual message. To the faithful, they are reminders of God's power and his promise of redemption. These believers are encouraged to persevere, as the quaking earth foretells the arrival of a renewed age where righteousness prevails. For the wicked, however, these tremors serve as dire warnings of their impending judgment. The ground shaking beneath them becomes a prelude to divine retribution, compelling humanity to confront the consequences of its rebellion against God. This theme of earthquakes as eschatological signs is consistent with other biblical texts. For instance, Matthew 24:7 lists earthquakes among the signs of the end times, coinciding with wars, famines, and other tribulations. Similarly, Revelation 6:12 describes a great earthquake that accompanies the breaking of the sixth seal, marking a climactic moment of apocalyptic judgment. These biblical accounts, like the visions in the Book of Enoch, highlight the temporary nature of the current age and the inevitability of divine intervention. In Enoch's apocalyptic narrative, Earthquakes signify not only destruction but also renewal. They serve as a wake-up call to humanity, urging repentance and alignment with God's will. The imagery conveys a profound theological truth, that God's ultimate plan for the world involves not just judgment but also restoration. The shaking of the earth, therefore, is both a sobering reminder of God's justice and a hopeful promise of His mercy. By depicting earthquakes as harbingers of the end times, the Book of Enoch emphasizes the transient nature of earthly power and the certainty of God's kingdom. These seismic events symbolize the culmination of history, where the old order gives way to a new, divinely ordained reality. In this way, the earthquakes in Enoch's visions encapsulate the paradox of apocalyptic hope, a vision of destruction that ultimately leads to renewal and peace. The Book of Enoch presents fire as a profound and symbolic force, embodying both destruction and purification. This dual role underscores its significance in Enoch's apocalyptic vision, where fire is central to God's judgment upon the earth. It is not merely a destructive element, but a divine tool to cleanse the world of corruption and evil, thereby restoring creation's sanctity. In Enoch's vision, fire consumes the earth as part of God's decisive intervention against wickedness. It targets the unrighteous, their actions, and their creations, emphasizing its role as an act of justice rather than a random or vengeful punishment. This fire eradicates evil, dismantling the works of those who oppose God's will. However, its purpose is not limited to destruction. It serves as a purifier, removing all that is impure and preparing the earth for renewal. Through this purging, the world becomes fit for habitation by the righteous, aligning with the divine intention of a restored and holy creation. This theme of consuming fire resonates throughout other biblical texts. For example, 2 Peter 3:10 describes a cataclysmic event where the heavens will pass away with a roar, and the elements will be destroyed by fire, and the earth and everything done in it will be laid bare. Here, fire is depicted as a transformative force that dismantles the current corrupt world to pave the way for a new creation. Similarly, in Revelation 20:9-10, fire from heaven consumes the enemies of God, symbolizing the ultimate defeat of evil and the establishment of divine justice. In the Book of Enoch, fire's purifying aspect is particularly prominent. It does not merely annihilate, but ensures that only what is holy and in alignment with God's will endures. This reflects the broader biblical motif of fire as a refining agent, akin to the process of refining precious metals, where impurities are burned away to reveal purity and value. This symbolic use underscores fire's role as a force of renewal and preparation for a divine future. Through its vivid imagery, the Book of Enoch portrays fire as the instrument of God's ultimate purpose, the eradication of evil and the sanctification of creation. This apocalyptic vision assures the faithful that the current state of corruption and injustice is temporary. Fire, as an expression of divine justice, serves to affirm God's sovereignty, ensuring that His creation is purified and restored for the righteous. Thus, fire in Enoch's prophecy is not merely a harbinger of destruction, but a beacon of hope, symbolizing renewal, restoration, and the fulfillment of God's divine plan. The apocalyptic events described in the Book of Enoch, such as stars falling from heaven, earthquakes, and consuming fire, are steeped in symbolism, emphasizing a profound spiritual truth, the cyclical nature of divine judgment and renewal. Far from being acts of random destruction, these events signify the transition from a corrupted world to a purified and harmonious new age. In Enoch's vision, the collapse of the current order is portrayed as a necessary step in the divine plan. The falling stars symbolize the removal of rebellious spiritual beings and the eradication of evil influences that have long corrupted humanity. These stars, often interpreted as angelic beings who defied God, are cast down as a display of divine justice and the reassertion of cosmic order. The earthquakes, on the other hand, represent the dismantling of human systems steeped in sin, empires, institutions, and structures that perpetuate injustice and suffering. These tremors remind us that no human power is immune to God's judgment, and they mark the unmaking of the old to pave the way for the new. Fire, a recurring motif in apocalyptic literature, serves as the ultimate purifier. In Enoch's prophecy, fire doesn't merely destroy but cleanses, consuming impurities and leaving behind a renewed creation. This imagery highlights the transformative power of God's justice, which not only punishes wrongdoing but also refines the world to align with divine righteousness. The Book of Enoch aligns with broader apocalyptic traditions that view destruction as a precursor to renewal. This theme reflects the belief that the present age, marred by sin and suffering, cannot endure indefinitely. It must give way to a restored creation governed by God's justice, peace, and mercy. Such a transformation is not solely punitive but restorative, aimed at fulfilling God's original intent for creation. This cyclical pattern of judgment and renewal reassures the faithful that the chaos and destruction they witness are not the end, but the necessary process leading to restoration. In this vision, God's justice is ultimately redemptive. The apocalyptic events serve as a cosmic reset, ensuring that righteousness triumphs and a new age of harmony begins. Enoch's prophecy offers hope amid turmoil, reminding believers that divine judgment, though fearsome, is a sign of God's ultimate commitment to restoration. It reassures them that beyond the tribulation lies a world renewed, where righteousness dwells and God's presence is fully manifest. In this light, the apocalyptic imagery of the Book of Enoch becomes a profound declaration of faith. Destruction is not the final word, renewal is. The apocalyptic visions in the Book of Enoch provide a profound narrative that intertwines divine will and human agency. While divine intervention is central to the unfolding of these events, humanity's actions play a pivotal role in bringing about the prophesied chaos. The corruption initiated by the fallen angels, or watchers, who descended to earth and led humanity astray, is compounded by the sinful behavior of humankind. Together, these transgressions create the moral and spiritual decay necessitating God's intervention to restore balance and justice. Enoch's revelations emphasize that the unfolding of apocalyptic events is not arbitrary, but rather a direct consequence of choices made by individuals and societies. The Watchers' rebellion against divine order leads to widespread corruption, introducing forbidden knowledge and practices that accelerate humanity's moral decline. In turn, humanity's willingness to embrace these corrupting influences demonstrates a collective failure to uphold divine laws, making divine judgment both inevitable and necessary. Amid the bleakness of these visions, Enoch's message is one of hope and moral responsibility. He calls on the righteous to remain steadfast in their faith and integrity, even as the world succumbs to chaos. The faithful are encouraged to trust in God's ultimate plan, understanding that the apocalyptic events serve a higher purpose, the purification of the earth and the establishment of a new, harmonious creation. For the righteous, perseverance and unwavering devotion to God's will are portrayed as acts of profound significance, ensuring their place in the restored world. This dual focus on divine sovereignty and human responsibility underscores a central theme of the Book of Enoch, the moral agency of individuals and communities. Enoch's prophecy serves as both a dire warning and a compassionate invitation. It warns of the consequences of continued rebellion against God's will, urging humanity to recognize the destructive path they tread. At the same time, it extends an invitation to repent, to realign with divine principles, and to participate in the restoration of creation. The apocalyptic imagery in Enoch's visions is not solely about destruction, but about transformation. It portrays a process through which the corrupted world is cleansed and renewed, paving the way for a restored order where righteousness prevails. This transformation hinges on the choices of humanity, to persist in sin or to heed the call to repentance. Enoch's appeal to the righteous, therefore, is a reminder of their pivotal role in this divine drama. Their faith and actions not only affirm their place in the new creation, but also stand as a testament to the enduring power of goodness amidst overwhelming darkness. In conclusion, the Book of Enoch presents a complex interplay between divine will and human responsibility in the apocalyptic narrative. While God's intervention is central to the ultimate restoration, humanity's actions significantly shape the course of events. By highlighting the moral responsibility of individuals and communities, Enoch's prophecy urges humanity to choose righteousness and align with God's purpose, offering hope for redemption and renewal in the face of impending judgment. The Book of Enoch offers a profoundly cosmic perspective, portraying apocalyptic events as a universal drama that transcends the earthly plane. Unlike many other ancient texts, its scope encompasses not just human affairs, but the heavens, the angelic realm, and the entirety of creation. This expansive view underscores the deep interconnectedness of existence and the far-reaching impact of sin and rebellion, not only on humanity but on the cosmos itself. Central to the narrative is the rebellion of the Watcher's fallen angels who abandon their divine posts to descend to earth, disrupt the divine order, and corrupt humanity. Their transgressions, along with the sins of mankind, are depicted as rippling through creation, causing disharmony between heaven and earth. The apocalyptic imagery of falling stars, earthquakes, and consuming fire reflects this cosmic upheaval. These phenomena are not random or isolated, but symbolic of the larger disorder introduced by rebellion against divine law. Enoch's vision reveals that the consequences of sin affect every level of creation, requiring divine intervention on a comprehensive scale. The restoration of harmony, therefore, involves both the judgment of the Watchers and the purification of humanity. This holistic approach to redemption highlights the inseparability of the spiritual and material realms. It also reinforces the idea that creation is not a fragmented collection of entities, but an interconnected whole, bound together by divine purpose. This cosmic framework resonates strongly with other apocalyptic texts, such as the Book of Revelation. Both works emphasize the unity of God's plan and the interwoven fates of heaven and earth. In Revelation, heavenly battles directly influence earthly events, and the final restoration of creation culminates in a new heaven and a new earth. Similarly, in Enoch's prophecy, the apocalyptic events are not merely destructive, but serve as a prelude to the ultimate renewal of creation. Enoch's expansive vision also offers a profound theological reflection on the nature of God's sovereignty. The vastness of the apocalyptic imagery, a universe shaken by divine judgment and restoration, serves as a reminder of the grandeur of God's creation and His ultimate authority over it. This cosmic scale emphasizes the seriousness of sin, as its effects reach beyond individual lives to disrupt the entire order of existence. At the same time, it highlights the boundless reach of divine grace, capable of restoring even the farthest corners of creation. In conclusion, the Book of Enoch provides a remarkable cosmic perspective on apocalyptic events, framing them as integral to the divine plan for restoring harmony to creation. By connecting the earthly with the heavenly, it offers a profound reminder of the interconnectedness of all things and the ultimate unity of God's purpose. This vision invites readers to reflect on the broader implications of human actions and the all-encompassing nature of divine redemption, positioning Enoch's prophecy as a timeless narrative of judgment, restoration, and hope. The Book of Enoch, an ancient Jewish text, intertwines vivid apocalyptic imagery with a profound message of hope and renewal. Although it depicts cataclysmic events and the purging of evil from the earth, Enoch emphasizes that these trials are not the ultimate end, but necessary steps toward divine restoration. This duality of destruction and renewal lies at the heart of Enoch's prophecy. Enoch reassures the faithful that the upheavals they witness are part of God's divine plan to cleanse the world of corruption and pave the way for an era of righteousness. The purification of the earth, though harrowing, is a precursor to the establishment of a new order where justice, peace, and harmony reign. The faithful are called to endure these trials with steadfast faith, knowing that God's justice and mercy prevail even in the darkest times. This promise of renewal serves as a beacon of hope for believers. It reminds them that the apocalyptic events are not signs of abandonment, but evidence of God's unwavering commitment to restoring His creation. In Enoch's vision, the faithful will dwell in a transformed world, reconciled with God, and free from the evils that once plagued it. Ultimately, the Book of Enoch inspires perseverance and trust in divine providence. It assures believers that, despite the chaos and destruction, God's plan will culminate in the triumph of righteousness. This timeless message continues to resonate, offering hope to those who face adversity and reminding them of the promise of a brighter, divinely ordained future. The Book of Enoch, an ancient Jewish text, is renowned for its vivid apocalyptic imagery and profound visions. Its themes of judgment, divine justice, and cosmic conflict have captivated readers for centuries. Many interpret these elements as allegories, representing the eternal struggle between good and evil, a narrative that transcends time and continues to resonate deeply with modern audiences. In contemporary contexts, Enoch's visions are often linked to global challenges such as environmental degradation, social inequality, and geopolitical strife. The imagery of cataclysmic upheavals and divine intervention is seen by some as prophetic, offering warnings of impending crises if humanity fails to amend its ways. For instance, the destruction of the wicked described in the text is sometimes likened to modern fears of ecological collapse caused by human exploitation of the earth. Despite its dire warnings, the Book of Enoch also emphasizes themes of hope, purification, and renewal. The idea of a restored world, free from corruption, speaks to those searching for spiritual meaning amidst the chaos of modern life. This message aligns with calls for global cooperation and ethical stewardship, urging humanity to seek balance and harmony. Scholars and spiritual seekers alike are drawn to the enduring relevance of the text, finding in it both a cautionary tale and a vision of redemption. Whether interpreted as allegory or prophecy, the Book of Enoch serves as a poignant reminder of humanity's interconnectedness and its capacity for both destruction and renewal, offering timeless insights into the challenges and aspirations of the human condition. The Book of Enoch offers a compelling vision of the end times, marked by stars falling from heaven, earthquakes, and fire consuming the earth. These apocalyptic events symbolize the destruction of evil and the purification of creation, emphasizing the transformative power of God's justice. While the imagery is often stark and unsettling, the underlying message is one of hope and renewal. Enoch's prophecy assures the faithful that, despite the trials of the present age, God's ultimate plan is one of restoration and peace. Through these vivid descriptions, the Book of Enoch continues to inspire reflection on the nature of divine justice, the consequences of sin, and the promise of redemption. Thank you so much for watching this exploration of the Book of Enoch and its vivid, apocalyptic imagery. We've delved into the powerful symbols of fire, earthquakes, and stars falling from the heavens, each representing profound divine messages of purification and renewal. As we reflect on these ancient prophecies, remember that in the face of destruction, there is always hope for renewal and peace. God's justice, though sometimes daunting, ultimately leads to the restoration of righteousness,